It's, again, it just tells the story of it's the evil and the ugliness of people's hearts these days is everywhere.
This is Franky Rose's Think Tank. Here's your host, Franky Rose.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Think Tank. So I'm going to be off camera for a minute. I will show you why. We moved things around yesterday, and now I look like the thin man. How are you guys doing? Good to see you. I'm just going to get this set up for us. And I'm really curious to see what he has to say for himself. What about you guys? It's going to be just more of his ish that we got to see during the trial, but a little bit longer, all bright and shiny. I know. We took the blinds down and we moved a cabinet. And now I'm, trying to figure out a way to block that little bit of sun that's getting me. So, Nicolae Miu. Pretty interesting. I was talking to my hubby about him, and he'd only seen kind of the mainstream media side. So when we talked about it, he was a little surprised at how much wasn't out there and how he now understands why this guy ended up locked up. So I guess it all depends on how it's spun, right? So let's see what he has to say for himself.
Can you tell me what happened?
Yeah. 4 people went to the hospital with injuries,
Oh my God.
and 1 person died.
Oh no.
I don't know any of their names, and I don't know any genders, so I don't
Was
know.
that because they fought each other, or is
I
that
don't know. I don't know. I don't know what their injuries are. I was with Sandy the whole time, and then when I kind of turned Sandy over to Ernesto and Amy, then I came here. So I have no idea what their injuries were.
No. Oh my God.
Their phone. While looking for the phone, his path crossed that Mr. Miu was snorkeling in such shallow waters. The boys asked him what he was doing. It is said that his response was that he was looking for little girls, which has never been confirmed. The heckling would begin from there. And as the teenage boys heckled Nicolae, he became suspicious that they might have somehow gained possession of the phone that he was in search for. As you see here, he approaches the group, and quite aggressively, I might add. After he dropped his snorkeling gear, he most definitely made physical contact with at least one of the boys in the tubes while he was trying to retrieve it. This prompted the group to get up out of their tubes and continue to confront Mr. Miu. And Mr. Miu continued to stay in the immediate area. At this point, the heckling from this group of teenage boys turned up a few notches.
Yeah, what the hell? Who is this? Yes! Yes! Burn the culture! Burn the culture! Who is that? Burn the culture! Who is that?
Do you guys know what that means for the culture? This is the first time I've ever heard this. So I'm not sure if it's like a saying that all kids kind of know, or if this is just something that this little group seems to use.
Who the hell is this? Bro, doesn't matter. You can't He's not even looking for little girls. He's not even looking for little girls. You're looking for little girls? Yeah. That's exactly what he said. We're not a house. I even have that part on camera. Some young ass kid. What the hell is this guy's problem, bro?
As you can see, a couple of women from another unassociated group come into the situation and continue to demand that Nicolae Miu leave the area. Again, he does not. At this point, Mr. Miu is most definitely surrounded and being screamed at from all angles.
We're trying to have fun. He's gonna call you. He's gonna claim you. We don't want this on
Also, I'm not sure how, but nobody at this point realizes that Mr. Miu has retrieved a pocket knife from his pocket and is brandishing it in his right hand. After allegedly punching, slapping, or pushing one of the women, which doesn't seem to have been caught on film, a male from her group of tubers retaliates against Nicolae, pushing him into the river and then slapping him in the face. This was 21-year-old Dante Carlson. After being surrounded, attacked, and likely afraid, this is where things turn into what can only be described as chaos. After Dante Carlson pushes Miu down and slaps him, 22-year-old AJ Martin was the first person to be injured. 24-year-old Riley Madison was likely the second, followed by 21-year-old Dante Carlson, 24-year-old Tony Carlson, and finally 17-year-old Isaac Schumann, not necessarily in that order. Isaac Schumann would be stabbed in his heart, and after being aided by a registered nurse that happened to be tubing on the Apple River that day, he would succumb to his injuries. Extraordinarily, Isaac Schumann would be the only person to lose their life in this incident. Nicolae Miu would leave the scene, but later would be detained by police.
I'm sorry, yeah. No,
You're just being detained at this point, okay?
Yes.
What are we checking? What are you checking?
Precinct dispatch, believe we have the suspect detained.
He also had some very bizarre things to say after being detained.
Did you see that fight on the river?
I heard about it.
You heard about it?
Yeah, and I seen people gather around it.
Okay. All right.
And I went over to talk to see if somebody saw anything, but that's about it.
Okay.
Our whole group was pretty interested in finding out what happened.
Okay. And that's your whole group over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I don't know. Okay, well.
Did you see anybody injured?
No.
You didn't see anybody injured?
No.
Did you see anybody fighting?
I heard people screaming at each other.
So he started lying right off the get-go. There was nothing from the moment they started speaking to him that was actual fact. He just started spewing a whole bunch of, I don't know, bullshit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Screaming in anger or screaming in pain, do you know?
Everybody's drunk, so I don't know. I can't tell the difference, but I would say, I don't know, just screaming.
Okay.
You know, yeah, calling each other names. But, yeah, that's, I've seen that all day. And we've all been drinking a lot. I'm sure they're drunk. I'm sure they're doing, I don't know. Kids being kids.
Kids being kids.
Seems like very strange behavior for someone that believed they acted in a way that was supported by the law. What do you think? After being arrested, Miu would later be questioned at the county jail by Lieutenant Brandy Hart regarding this incident. This is the interrogation of Nicolae Miu, but first, let us have a moment of silence for the victim in this case.
How sad.
Hi there, are you Nick?
Yeah.
Hi Nick, my name is Brandy.
Hi.
I'm a lieutenant with the St. Clair County Sheriff's Office, okay? You got some water, right? Okay.
Thank you.
Have you had anything to eat?
No.
Okay, let me,
I will wait for now.
okay,
For food.
are you sure?
I'm not hungry.
Okay, well, if you get hungry,
Yeah.
just let these guys know, okay, or let me know when I can,
I was just very thirsty.
Yeah, I bet. Hope it was a long.
Out on the river drinking beer all day and not drinking any water.
And it's hot, and yeah, being in the sun all day, doesn't matter if you're drinking beer. Sometimes it's, and then this, yeah. So I would imagine that you have some questions for me.
Well,
I am just gonna go through the rights form and, you know, let you know if you wanna answer any of my questions. We'll talk about that. I'm gonna record our conversation if you're okay with that.
of course.
Let's see, today is the 30th of July, and it is 7:53 p.m. How do you spell your first name?
Nicolae.
Okay.
Last
And
name, no middle name.
no middle name, okay.
No.
And what's your last name?
Miu.
How do you spell, or how do you pronounce that?
Miu.
Okay. And what's your birthday? Do you like to be called Nicolae or Nick or
Nick.
what? Nick, okay.
Yeah.
December
11th, 1969.
Okay, so that makes you
52.
52. Thank you. What's your address, Nick? 617, and I understand you're married to Sandy,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Is she okay?
She is, yeah.
She's
I did talk to her. I talked to her for quite a while. I brought her to get dry clothes.
Where is she?
She is with Ernesto and Amy.
Okay, good. Good.
They're taking good care of her. And then,
Titi, my puppy.
she's headed home to take care of the dog. And she's also with, Ariel and, who's his girlfriend?
Oh, God, I don't even know.
Is it Tatiana?
No, Tatiana. Tatiana is another girl.
Okay.
But she's
Hold
not
on, they gave me,
Yes,
oh, Sandy didn't know Ariel's girlfriend's name.
neither do I.
Okay. But Ernesto and Amy
They,
came to where I was with Sandy, and they went and got the car, but I had brought Sandy to the car to
she
get
was
changed.
driving, right?
No, she was with me. I brought her from the river to the car
Okay.
so she could get clothes, and we brought the cooler back and put that in the car. So she's got all the stuff.
All right.
Are you working anywhere now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where do you work?
I work at Reach Engineering as a mechanical engineer.
Really?
Well, I have bigger dreams now,
Yeah.
shattered, but anyway, I don't want to talk about them right now.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what I have.
So that's interesting that he says all of his dreams are shattered now. So if he was just going in there, Joe Blow off that beach, why would he be coming up with things like this? None of it matters anymore? I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not just, I can't talk about it. I need to go one step at a time.
Yep. And if you have any questions along the way, Nick, just stop and ask me, okay? Or if you need to take a break, just,
How bad is it?
well, can we get through this form and ask each other
Yes,
questions?
yes.
I want to maintain the integrity of
Yeah.
this
All right.
investigation and your rights, and, you know, so I want to get through this form and then we can ask questions, okay? So I'm going to turn this around. Okay.
Military time.
Hi, sorry, do you want me to write it regular? Okay.
No,
I get so caught up and used to that.
yeah.
My friends don't like it because in my vehicle,
Yeah.
in my own vehicle that I drive, it's military time. And so they're always asking me what
Everything I
time.
have is military because I came from Europe. And
Oh, sure.
everything-
Yeah, yeah.
They call it military, but it's not military. It's
Right. It's
the proper time.
exactly. Well, good. At least then you know what it means then when I put the time on there like that. So I would like to ask you questions about your day today. What happened? You know, like how you guys got to be in the Apple River today, and then like what your day was like.
Mhm.
It's up to you if you're willing to answer questions. If you decide that, yep, I'll answer questions right now, and in 10 minutes, you don't want to answer anymore, you just need to tell me that, okay? And if you don't want to answer questions right now, then that's fine too, and I will leave. It's up to you.
All I can say, it was self-defense. Self-defense. There were lots of people that came on to me self-defense, and they produced 2 weapons. One I took from them.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can tell. And they hit me, and they were on top of me, and I don't remember anything after that. I just remember I ran away. I ran away to my group. There were actually people coming over from my group to see what was going on. I said, nothing, just get back on. And they kept asking.
So this is a total different story than what he was saying when he was in the back of that cop car. He had a total different story. What went on? We were all curious. What happened? Everybody okay? Didn't take him long to mix that one up, did it?
And I said, nothing. I didn't explain to them anything because I was so fearful. I didn't know what these people were doing to us. I've never been in a situation like this where people produce weapons and they were saying they were calling. I don't remember, but they said, don't run over, don't run from us, don't do this. You're a child molester. You're this. And I said, you people drunk, or you're a child molester. I said, the only thing I remember is in my mind is, if I'm a child molester, should you be drinking? Should you be drinking alcohol and doing what you're doing to people that you don't even know, attacking them? And I said, if I'm a child molester, you should be having alcohol, you know? And they took I was snorkeling, so they took my snorkel away. They threw it in the water. They grabbed my pants. One wanted to pull my pants down, and I grabbed onto him. And I don't know who that kid was, but he had a knife on him. And then there was another knife, a longer knife, looked like a kitchen knife, kitchen or something, I don't know. And I don't know what happened either.
So obviously none of these weapons were there. He's in the middle of just a bunch of verbal diarrhea because he is yet to find out that this was all caught on video.
One of them, I just know that when the kid attacked me, I took that from him.
The kitchen knife or the other
No,
knife?
the smaller knife.
Okay, what did that knife look like? Do you
I
remember?
don't even remember.
But it was smaller?
Smaller, yes.
Okay.
So that's all.
How did you get to be by them? Or who are these people?
So Ariel lost his phone.
Okay.
The phone was in the floor.
One of those bags?
Yeah.
Okay.
And everyone had one, but his phone was in the floater, so he says, well, let's go look for it. So I put my snorkel on, and I looked, and this guy saw something. And they were talking about it, and I said, okay.
This group of people?
This group of people,
gotcha.
yeah. I went over, and I said, did you guys find the phone? And if you did, can I see it? Can I identify it? And they started calling me names. They got off of their tubes. They came at me. So I said, all I need. And they were calling me all kinds of names, insulting me for being in the water with a snorkel. And I said, all I want, guys, did you find the phone? And I saw they had found something.
Okay.
All right. And I don't know if there was a phone or something else they found, but they wouldn't talk to me about what they found. And we were looking desperately to find this phone. And I know somebody found it, but I thought it was that group.
Okay.
You know, and then they went over, they came to me and they grabbed my snorkel and they threw it in the water. Well, the water was so fast, it went under. So I went out after it and they started, another group of mostly girls came over from the other side, yelling at me or calling me child molester and something with, something like that. And I went back. I actually after this incident, I don't even know what happened. I just know that they attacked me and I was in self-defense. I went into self-defense mode and then I went over to my group of people. That was it. And they asked me what happened and I wouldn't tell them. I said, I can't tell you. Let me calm down.
Okay.
I was shocked. So nobody on that knew exactly what happened. The only thing they said was, somebody got in an argument over there, like, yeah, let's just leave that alone. Don't go there.
Are you able to draw for me, like, where you were looking for the phone, like, and where was Ernesto and Sandy and where was the school? Maybe it would help me kind of understand. Yep.
These guys were here. I don't know how many, there were quite a few.
Okay.
We were upriver about 100 feet. Our group was here. And
So you guys were in the water.
yes.
Okay.
So we were in the water. And then there was another group of people over here that came to attack me. So there was this group of people here, this group of people that attacked me. They attacked me here.
So your group was floating down the river like this?
Actually, we're stopped. But yes, this is the
That's the direction you were going. Okay, so your group is stopped.
Yeah.
And who's looking for the phone besides you? Like, how do you know the phone is missing?
Oh yeah, we talked about it.
Okay.
Go to school because I lost my phone. And so, well, you didn't lose it. It's floating down.
Because it's in that bag.
Yeah. So let's go find it. You know. And he was over here pouting that he lost his phone, and I said, "That's okay. I have my snorkeling gear." And then I heard this guy say that they found something. And when I was snorkeling down, I passed them. I kept looking, and then I came up. I came looking, and then they started yelling and screaming, and I said, "Did you guys find something?" And I thought they did, and I know they did because they were hiding something from me. And then I went over there and they grabbed my snorkel, they threw it down. They got up their tubes. They came after me. They pushed me. One of them hit me, and then there was a girl that came from here and hit me in the back of my head. And I was about right there.
You said right here?
When she hit me, yeah.
And that's when the...
Basically just lie after lie after lie. It blows me away how people can do this with an absolute straight face. Yeah, the phone was recovered shortly after the incident. So was it floating? Because they said it was in a dry bag. And I agree. I would love to know what happened last time. Because like Dandy said, he had said to his wife that this time it was going to be a good time. Which makes you think that maybe last time they went down that river, it wasn't so much fun. So did he get into stuff? I don't know.
The female hit you?
Yeah. And she was coming from another group over here. I don't know how many people were in there. But
Were these guys stopped?
yes, in very shallow water.
Okay, so it's really shallow over here.
Shallow there.
Okay.
Pretty much the two sides are shallow. Yeah.
Was it how deep do you think it was when you were like snorkeling around with it?
4 or 5 feet.
Okay.
Not very deep. And the water was very murky, so I could not see anything.
Really?
From my goggles. But those goggles are lost. They took them, they grabbed them off my face and threw them in the water.
We found the goggles.
Oh, good. Thank you.
And the snorkel.
Yes.
Yep. Are they connected?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And they're just like regular snorkel goggles, right?
Yeah, I had them over when I went to the Caribbean.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do they look like? Just to make sure we have the right one. White?
Transparent plastic with a white snorkel.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Is that it?
I think we have them. Was there any? Did it seem like these groups were together?
After they came after me, I don't know. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think so. I mean, I feared for my life. To tell you the truth, when they started hitting me and pointed a knife at me, and then another kid pointed a knife, I thought that was it for me. Luckily, I took it from.
Yeah, they had no weapons on them, none whatsoever. So this video, in my personal opinion, is what got justice for Isaac and the other victims, everybody that's there. I mean, what a horrible, horrible thing to have to see. This guy and his BS, it just blows me away how free-flowing it is.
From one of the young kids, and I think that's my song back.
What did you do with it?
I don't even know.
Okay.
I don't know. Absolutely, I don't know. I don't know if he got it back. I have absolutely no idea.
Did you hit him? Like, did the knife make contact with him?
That I don't remember.
Okay.
You were so close.
Sure.
And one had it in his hand, so I took his hand and I bent it and I poked him with his own hand. And then I took it from his hand and then I went and swung like this. So I don't know who I hit. I just know that I took the knife from one of the kids.
Okay.
The other one, I don't know what happened to it. I didn't get hit. Because as soon as this happened, I started running across. So I went across to my group, and then my group was wondering what just happened, was it? And I didn't want to tell them anything.
Just because you didn't want to.
I didn't want to get anybody aroused. I didn't want my group to go say, well, we're gonna go talk to those kids. No, they were too drunk. I believe they were too drunk and too set on going after people. I think.
What were these guys doing? Did they know anything was going on?
No.
So they didn't know you were getting punched or?
Well, they saw the scuffle because at one point, Ernesto was coming towards me like, hey man, did you find anything? And I said, no, I didn't. I don't know. These guys must have it or something. I don't know. And he says, okay, well, he will just get another phone on Monday. You were concerned about getting the phone. And like, okay, so what are you doing? I said, I don't know. I'm just going to go lay this shit in my thing. And then Sandy said, okay, are you okay? And said, I don't want to talk about it. You know, and then they asked me, hey, what do you want to do? You want to stay here? You want to go down? And I said, I want to go down. And then some girls from my group heard that something was happening over here, and they said, well, we're calling the police. And I think they called the police.
Okay.
One, two, I don't know.
Did you see any of that? What was going on?
No.
When they decided to call the police?
No.
Okay. Did you have a knife?
No, absolutely.
Okay.
I had one earlier that I used to cut, but right at.
More lies. They had two and he had none, is what he's trying to propose here. When we know it's exactly the opposite way around. He's the one that had the weapon with him. He's the one that brandished it. There was none of the stuff that he is talking about. The shorts weren't tried to be pulled off. No one grabbed his snorkel. Nobody wanted to see his rubber ducky. He's just so far basically BS coming out of this guy's mouth. So when it was time for trial and you hear all of these lies, didn't put him in a very good place, did it? It's just like, whoa, how do you lie so naturally with such a straight face? I don't have that gift or curse, whatever you want to call it.
At the beginning, and I left it I don't even know what I did with it. I think I either gave it to one of the people or I put it back in my truck.
Okay.
Yeah. So it may have been, I tell you the truth, I don't even know.
And that was after you cut the string?
Yeah, we needed to have something to cut the string over there. They don't have any nuts. So.
But you have them with you today, right?
The what?
A knife to cut. How did that?
I think it's in my car.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
Did you drive or did Sandy drive?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even know where it's at, to tell you the truth. It may be in one of the bags we had with us. It may have been in I don't know. Maybe I left it, put it back in the car. Because I went back with a bunch of, I had straps. I didn't want to pay for string. But they say string is cheap.
Well, they probably don't want you to have straps.
They told me, they said, yeah, if you have straps, there was a kid over there. If you have straps, no problem, but the string is free. So I said, okay, I'll take the string.
Okay.
You know, and then I took the straps back. So, because straps can puncture the.
Yeah.
So I had a whole bag of straps that I took back to my car.
Okay, and so maybe the knife was with the strap?
7 months, Emily. Thank you so much for all your support. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, time flies, doesn't it? Lordy, lordy. So yeah, thanks again for your support. Much appreciated.
Probably.
Do you have any cuts or marks on you? Have you had a chance to like look at your torso or?
Somebody was telling me that I'm bleeding from my ear, from my left ear.
Who told you that?
Oh, I think it was Amy. They said, make your bleeding from your left ear. I went like this, and I went in the water, I cleaned, and then I don't see any blood. You know, and I don't know if you see any cuts, but
I don't.
Yeah, so I don't know why I was bleeding from my ear.
He was not bleeding from the ear. I don't know what he could have possibly have bumped his head on. It was water. And nobody clubbed him. You know, just more BS from Meow.
But Amy saw blood?
I think she says you're bleeding from your ear, Nick. And then I cleaned and I said, look, there is nothing. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it was blood or if it was weeds she saw. I have no idea. We were like, she was on the other side and I was just.
Yeah, so she's over here, right?
She's over here, yeah, right here.
Oh, so she's closest, Amy's over here, closest to the shore?
Yeah.
Okay.
With their nest right here. And I was over here somewhere in one of these.
Okay, and you got back in that tube then when it was time to go?
Got back in my own tube, yes.
Okay. Did Ernesto come and get you?
No.
Like, did anybody know that you were getting punched or?
No.
Was anybody?
They wanted to talk to me about the phone, if I found the phone and what did those guys say, and I said they probably did. They don't want to give it up. They attacked me, and that's it. And then I said, let's go. I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
So they don't know what happened here.
You didn't tell anybody?
No.
Okay.
No. You're the first one to know.
Okay.
That's why probably Amy and everybody else is so surprised.
Well, they're worried about you.
Yeah.
I mean, and even Ernesto was like, I don't know how the hell this happened.
They don't know anything because I didn't know what to tell them.
Yeah.
I really don't know. Everything happened so fast. I really don't remember why they attacked me. I don't know why they took my snorkel away. I don't know why one of them wanted to pull my pants down. I don't know why they were being so mean. I just don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Good Lord. I hope we get to see through this. The expression on his face when he realizes that they've got this all on video. I wonder what he's going to think then.
Oh, and why did they want to scare me with a knife? I just don't know why they're scaring people on the river. It's a family-oriented river with knives and you know what they did.
So was it two males that had knives?
I saw 2 males.
Okay.
Yeah.
And were they both from this group, or do you even know?
Well, that I don't know.
Okay.
One of them was from this group. The one that I took the smaller knife from, I think, was from this group.
Okay, so you took the smaller knife.
From one of them.
And is that the one that you said that you kind of went?
Yes.
Basically, like.
Oh, I was going like this. I wanted out. They were coming and they were punching me and they were circling me and they came really close. They were pushing me in the water and I just grabbed the kid's knife. I didn't even know if I was holding it right. I just grabbed it from him because he tried to poke me with it. So I feared for my life.
It sounds like.
I was very shocked. I was extremely shocked. I couldn't even say anything to anybody. I had locked jaw. I don't know. Right now, I don't even know how this happened, how I got away from all that.
So when they were pushing you in the water, did you go underwater or did you remain standing?
No, I tripped.
Okay.
I tripped and went and fell in the water a couple of times, yes.
Where on your body did they hit you?
In the back of my back. And I know one of the girls came over and split me right over my right ear. I couldn't even see what they were doing because I was tripping over the stones, and I was falling down, and they were just jumping on me.
I'm going to show you a picture and see if you...
I was fearing for my life. I'm still fearful that they're going to find out who I am and go do something to Sandy. And possibly some of these people over here. I fear that somehow they're going to find out who I am and continue their whatever that was. And I don't know why they're so hateful. And I just don't get it. I mean, this is the second time I come to the river, the first time for my wife, and I promised her it was going to be a beautiful outing and nothing to fear. We had a lot of booze. She didn't drink because she was the designated driver. But most of us did. And there was another girl that didn't drink on the other party because they wanted to drive home. We ate well, we had music, everything was so good, so good, so good. Of course, I had a lot of alcohol. Who doesn't? You know,
Well, you had a sober ride.
Yeah.
And I don't smell it on you. Were you drinking beer or vodka or what?
No.
Okay.
We don't do hard liquor because then we dehydrate too fast and we get cramps.
Okay.
So after my quadruple bypass, I still have cramps.
Oh, yikes. Quadruple bypass? How long ago was that?
A year and a half ago.
Wow.
Yeah, so if you see any wires in my chest, in my sternum, that's from the wire.
Really? Do you have a pacemaker in there too or anything? No?
Mm-hmm. I tell you the truth, I'm scared because I'm not in the best of health. Okay, yeah. I'm just going down the river. Probably should not have even drank that much beer, but the doctor never said don't drink.
Sure.
You know, especially beer, you can have as much as you want in moderation. I was in cold water.
Yeah.
You know, so, but you know.
Yeah.
And then missing vein here, and then from my leg.
Is that what they used to?
Yeah, take it here, take it from here, cut it in half. That's two. The same thing from my leg, cut it in half, use the other two. So it's quadruple bypass.
Wow.
Yeah, I was dead. My heart stopped 5 hours.
Wow. Have you had a heart attack that prompted that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So I was in pretty bad shape.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
I bet Sandy was pretty scared.
She was, because I was in the hospital for quite some time.
I bet.
At Methodist Hospital. But they did a great job, you know, and Methodist Hospital is probably one of the best hospitals for heart surgeries. If you know somebody, I'll point them to Methodist.
Yeah, my father-in-law had heart surgery there too. He had a heart attack a few years ago, and that's right.
So, yeah.
Do you need some more?
No, that's it.
Are you sure? I got an extra fresh bottle here. So you want it?
Yes,
I can't travel without water. It's brand new too. I didn't drink out of it yet. So
thank you.
I probably am going to drink out of it now. So you can have that, and this is going to be my part.
really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, I take a medication that makes me really, really thirsty. So I have bottles of water rolling around in my back seat. I've got them in the door pocket.
I'm supposed to take mine, but they're at home, and I don't know when I'm going to take them.
Okay, so you have medication that you
Oh,
need?
yeah.
Okay.
5 medication.
Because I can call Sandy and see.
Oh, I'm not going to have her drive over here.
Well, I might be able to send somebody to go get them.
Oh.
Just so that they get back here. And I mean, I'm
She's
sorry.
so shaken right now. She is probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but we need to make sure you have your medication.
Yeah. But like I said, I wouldn't have her drive.
Yeah. Yep. I might be able to send somebody there to get them. What medications do you take, Nick?
Oh my God.
Are they all heart related or some do different things?
2 of them are heart related.
Okay.
Yeah. One is aspirin.
That's heart related, right? The
Yeah.
blood thinning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Potassium. because I'm getting a lot of muscle cramps.
Okay, that's 4.
There's one. There's another one. I'll tell you when I remember.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah.
Were you on your phone at all during your day today? I know that.
Yeah, definitely one of these cases where you almost want to see it from the very beginning, because those kids, the way they were teasing him, especially after he either punched or slapped the one lady, that's when he got jumped and they were all kind of heckling him from the back. The thing that bothers me is he kept going back and he introduced a weapon. That should have never happened because the outcome was brutal. He's trying to say that the kids had weapons, but from what we learned, he was the only one that did. And he chucked it into the trees on the opposite side of the river that they were floating down and just said, no, no. But again, the video really, really explains everything that happened that day. It just shouldn't have been introduced, in my opinion.
Sandy didn't bring her phone.
I took some pictures.
Okay.
Then I put it away. Sandy does not like to take a lot of pictures because then they get posted on
Facebook or Instagram or something.
Yeah, but I'm okay if they take them, if they post them. Yeah, I did take a few, didn't have a chance to do anything with them.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was not on the phone. I didn't call anybody.
Okay. Did you use your phone around the time,
No.
like right before, you were looking for the phone or anything like that?
Not me.
Okay.
Not like these guys. They're constantly on their phones. That's why IDL lost his.
Because he was on it too much?
People can't enjoy life nowadays going down the river without being on their phones. Of course, they take a lot of pictures, but the picture is not the same experience as being there. So, I don't know.
So do you think the pictures that you took were like at the beginning of your journey, or where do you think?
We did take, I took a couple of group ones where they have that music place in the bathrooms.
Okay.
We made a stop there to eat sandwiches. There were a lot of people over there. That beach was completely full. Lots of people.
So what do you guys think? Do you think he feared for his life? Ultimately, I think that's one of the bigger questions. Did he actually fear for his life? Based on what I was seeing, my opinion, he probably got overwhelmed, but I do believe he knew what he was doing when he used that weapon with the kids. No, right, Ruth? I don't think so either. I don't see it. His face was, he had like a twisted smile on his face. I think he was scared. Don't know about the fear factor. Yeah, right, Dandy? Again, after he had hit the one woman and had literally used that weapon on, was it one other or two other by that time? Because you see where they knock him down into the water, but you also see in the background, the one girl that got, how do you put that YouTube friendly? Got a very large injury and her insides were coming out. You could see when he was going down, and then you can see behind him where she's grabbing her side and realizing what had happened. And then from there, it kind of panned around and you could see others that were down due to that weapon. I didn't see where it looked like he was hit until after he did what he did. I don't know. What do you guys think? His brain was busy with lying and didn't catch the medicine hint. Exactly. I saw it, Emily. Okay, I saw it, and it was actually the full video. He approached the kids in the tubes first. It's really disturbing. It is, Emily. You know, the kids were being drunk 17-year-olds. They weren't on their best behavior. But they would have just continued floating down if this guy had walked away. But he charged them. That's what it looked like to me. He charged them through that water. And versus on the stand, a couple years later, from when this happened, some of these kids look buff now. You know, they're playing football and what have you. But when you look at when this actually happened, they're a bunch of tall, skinny teenagers. He was much bigger than them. So it's very, very disturbing. It's just something that should have never, ever happened in my mind. The adult should have walked away. Don't charge them, walk away, and don't bring out a weapon, because as soon as you introduce a weapon, things are going to go bad. That's just my opinion.
People, there's lots of people. It was a beautiful day.
It was.
And this now, we'll probably close that place down.
You think so?
Yes. Well, I don't know what resulted of it, because I don't know.
Is this you?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think was happening at that time?
They were fighting me. They pointed the knife at me. Both boys pointed the knife at me.
Okay. Did you see anyone take?
So he's trying to say that in this piece of video here, that those boys were pointing a weapon at him, not realizing, I guess, all the different views. There was a lot of people with phones on that river that would show that he was the only one with a weapon.
Take this picture of you?
No, God, no. I was actually very, very scared.
Yeah.
I was very scared. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what they were doing and why. I mean, I understand they were drunk, but you get drunk, I get drunk, we all get drunk. We don't do that kind of stuff, especially on a family river like this, family outing. We don't do that kind of stuff. But I was very, very scared. I didn't know what was going to happen next.
Did you see the woman that hit you in the ear? Did you see her at all?
No. I turned around, she hit me again.
Okay. Do you remember what her bathing suit looked like?
No.
She was wearing?
She was just yelling at me and calling me a child molester. That's how it all started. They kept calling me a child molester. I don't know, out of the blue. And then they wanted to beat me up because they said I'm a child molester. And then my argument back to them was, if I'm a child molester and you're children, you shouldn't be drinking. You should not be out here drinking, okay? And doing what you're doing.
What kind of logic was that?
Like they were young?
Oh, I don't know. I think they look pretty young to me.
Okay.
I don't think they were of the age of drinking.
Really?
Yeah. I think. I mean, I don't know. I don't hang out with people like that. My generation and people I hang out with are much older people.
Like Ernesto and Sandy.
Like Ernesto and Sandy and Amy. Yeah. Yeah. Amy's probably one of the youngest ones there.
Sure.
45, and Sandy is 61.
Yeah.
So I'm younger, you know.
So you said that they were standing really close to you.
They were on top of me. They were pushing me, shoving me. I tripped. I fell down. I got up. And that's where I saw the one of the kids there. It was the closest kid with a knife, and I grabbed it from him.
And that was the smallest.
Yes.
And he was in front of you. Was he as close as we are, or
he was closer. He was closer. But as soon as he came with the knife, I grabbed the knife from him. And what I did then, I mean, I shouldn't show you, but I grabbed and twisted his arm and poked him with his own knife. Then I took it from him and I started swinging.
Okay.
So I don't even know what hit.
Okay.
I don't know if I hit the girl that hit me twice in the head from behind. I don't know if I hit another kid. I don't know. They're just on top of me. They chased me, hitting me and yelling at me and calling me, insulting me. That's it.
Okay.
So I don't know what knife they had. I don't know. I just saw 2 knives. That's it. The longer one and the shorter one. I don't know where they are. I don't know who's got them. I don't know.
So what I'd like to do is I'd like to get a sample of your DNA, because if these knives don't belong to you, I would imagine your DNA is not going to be on them.
Well, I touched one of them.
Yeah, you touched the one you grabbed.
Yeah, from the kid. Yeah.
Would you be willing to give me a sample of your DNA? Okay.
Yeah. Is that the good thing?
Well,
I mean, I don't know. I don't have a lawyer over here to ask.
Yeah, and certainly, so.
Should I wait?
Well, I've got a colleague that's in the process of writing a search warrant, so we're going to get it one way or another. I just thought if I could ask you, and we could just do it right now, I'll just like show you how to, like what we would do.
I know what it is.
I would just get your DNA sample. Yeah, it's like a big Q-tip.
Yeah.
We'd also like to do an exam, have a nurse examine your body.
That's absolutely okay.
Okay, and I want her to look in your ears, and I want her to look at your back, and you know, the people that are in these groups, we're going to try to collect evidence from them, because they might have your skin underneath their fingernails, or, you know, we're going to do our best to get any evidence to, I mean, we know what happened.
Yeah. I mean, and I know everything that happened in the river, so.
Well, yeah, there's that part of it too, but,
Definitely.
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
You can tell me.
okay.
I just don't know if I had a lawyer present, what he or she would say.
Well, I just want you to know that we would get it anyway.
No.
I've got a coworker that's writing a search warrant.
If you would get
for the
it
judge.
anyway, then let's do it.
Okay, with the court order, or just let's do it now and get it done?
No, let's do it now and give you what you need
Okay.
to start your
Yeah.
proceedings or your search. Yeah.
Well, and yeah, I mean, if you sound like you were really afraid.
Yeah, I have a quadruple bypass. I have been out of shape. I have been in bed for a long time, for 6 months at least. I couldn't go to work. I'm not in the best. I mean, I was just floating down the river. Nothing much. Every once in a while, I got up so I could pee, because I can't pee in the tent there. You know, shouldn't tell you that on camera, but yes, most people have to get off the thing. So I got out. I would get up and then hold on and then get back in. I mean, I don't do anything to stay in shape. I'm a guy that wants to survive and keep working at Ritchie Engineering, you know, and why these things happen, it's beyond me. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, why would that many people come down on one person that didn't absolutely do anything, take his goggles, almost one wanted to put my pants down. So
Did your trunks have like a drawstring?
Yeah.
So they didn't come down?
Oh, no. They came down a little bit, but no, because I have a drawstring on them. So yeah, they couldn't pull it down. But why? All of a sudden, they were like wolves around me, and they were attacking me from all directions. And I truly feared for my life. I didn't know what to do. I mean, these guys are talking over there. I didn't know what to say. I was just.
Which guys are you talking?
My guys. So, and they were quite a bit distant, so they didn't see anything. I don't think they saw anything. And.
So when you go back to your tube, do you guys get the hell out of there? Or
No.
do you what do you do?
We stayed there.
Okay.
Yeah, the girls told the cops. We didn't know what to do. And we stayed there for a long time. There were people coming. We even saw the sheriff coming, and they kept saying, "Oh my God," they didn't know what happened. So they said, "Oh my God, what happened?" So there was a fight. And I said, "Yeah, I don't know what was going on after that. I thought they were still fighting. personally, when I came back, I saw a whole bunch of people coming over there and yelling at each other, and I thought they were still fighting for some reason. I didn't know what was going on. So I personally wanted to stay and watch to see if the cops get them for fighting, you know, for whatever they're doing.
Sure. Okay.
So I wanted to be a witness to them fighting.
Gotcha.
Or if the cops needed a witness, I wanted to sit there for as long as possible. And then the group said, well, there's so many people there. I don't know. Let's just get going. We don't want to get involved in this. And I was just in there. They attacked me. Yeah, but look at them now. They're attacking each other. I don't know what they're doing. So cops came and we stayed there for, I don't know, another 10, 15 minutes.
When the police were there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we decided we'll go. And nobody asked me anything. And I said, I kept my mouth shut. And down the river we went.
Okay.
So I was very shocked. I didn't know what just happened. We tell you the truth.
Well, Sandy said that you were quiet
I was very quiet.
and you didn't really talk.
I didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
I mean, I get excuse my French, my ass kicked by a whole bunch of kids. What am I going to say? I just got my ass kicked by this kid. Now the police is on top of them. Well, I think something's going to come out of it.
Yeah.
So I thought the police was there because they were fighting, you know, because these were just boys. And they were being obnoxious, not only picking on me, then this girls came over and hit me.
So these are girls over here?
Well,
Mostly?
mostly.
Okay. And this was all guys?
Yeah, I didn't know who was in this group, but I know these were all guys because I was snorkeling back and forth, and I asked them if they found something, and they said, well, you know, they started calling me a molester. Then I got up, and one of them took my goggles, threw me in the river. I went after them. One of them wanted to pull my pants down, and there you go. So what happened? Can you tell me what happened?
Yes. 4 people went to the hospital with injuries,
Oh my God.
and 1 person died.
Oh no.
I don't know any of their names, and I don't know any genders, so I don't
Was
know.
that because they fought each other, or is that the?
I don't know. I don't know what their injuries are. I was with Sandy the whole time, and then when I kind of turned Sandy over to Ernesto and Amy, then I came here. So I have no idea what their injuries were.
No. Oh my God. Oh my God.
So we just need to be able to like piece this together. You know, in your statement,
What other pictures did they give you of me?
it's just that one. That's the only one I have.
They didn't take. They
Well-
have lots of cameras. You should take their cameras.
Yes. And so I have colleagues,
Yeah.
investigators that are talking to all of those, you know, the people in the group and the other witnesses. So yes, we are trying to collect. And I told Ernesto and Amy, because they said that Rosie was taking a lot of pictures.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't think she took any pictures of those guys. There
Well-
was at the stop up here.
Yes, but you were snorkeling. They might have been like taking a selfie or
I
something,
see.
and
Yeah,
we could have gotten, we could get these guys in the background that they don't even realize they have it. You know what I mean?
I see what you mean.
So I asked them to go through their photos so that we would be in contact with them.
Got it. I was all of a sudden you say that, like, what would they take pictures of me going over there?
No, you just never know what you get in a picture.
Yeah.
If they're sitting here waiting for you and else to find the phone.
Did you find his phone?
I don't know. Again, I've been with Sandy pretty much the whole time, and now I came here with you. So I do know I did get a message that the goggles from the snorkel were found. So that's all the information that I have about like items that were located.
my whole life is down the tubes.
Well, I don't know if that's the case. Because people have the right to defend themselves.
I know, but this is Wisconsin.
This is Wisconsin.
Okay. You continue on. I usually know that people that defend themselves, they end up being accused of being this and being that.
Well, I think if you'd asked me what I would have done,
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
I don't know. I would have been scared shitless, I can tell you that.
When that many people try to pull your pants down and hit you, and two boys had knives on them. They didn't find any of those 2 knives?
I don't know. I don't know, but we're looking, and we're looking before it gets dark out. Okay, right now it is 40.
I'm glad I actually took that kid's knife. He would have stabbed me. He was not there to scare me. He was there to harm me. At least I'm here, but I'm sorry for how it ended up.
Yeah, he knows he's sunk at this point.
Still scared, like I said. I'm scared that they're gonna be finding out where I live, and they're gonna be hunting us at night. And they're gonna be hurting my wife.
Well, I will call Sandy as soon as I leave here, okay, and just check in on her. Find out about your medications. Have you had any medicine this morning?
No, I take them in the evening.
Okay, you take it in the evening. What would happen if you don't take them tonight?
Nothing. I'm not even hungry.
Okay. But if you don't take your medication tonight, is that life-threatening?
I don't think so. No, I mean, granted what happened today, I was shocked. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think so. I just can't believe what happened. They need to maybe do sobriety tests on minors on that river. Maybe they need to put an end to drinking, underage drinking and doing drugs. The river over there is turned into a sewer. My second time, and I have dragged my wife out of there pretty much against her will. I promised her it was going to be the best day. I made promises. We're going to have a great time with this.
But she didn't want to go.
No. She always says, places like this, all they do is smoke pot and do this. Yes, there's a lot of pot smoking over there. We don't know who's legal, who's illegal. I don't know anything about Wisconsin laws, but you can smell it. It was everywhere in the air.
Yeah.
And I don't know what people do, because you do the DNA, you can find out, what type of drugs are in my system. I've never done any of that stuff, so I don't know. I'm very clean as clean as they go. You looked at my criminal record, you can keep digging, there is nothing there because I don't have anything, not even one parking ticket, not a speeding ticket. I'm as a law-abiding citizen as they come. But I fear for my life too. I mean, I went through a very serious surgery to be alive, to be knifed down by a bunch of kids on the river.
Yeah, no, I understand.
And I'm not blaming the police. I believe that's a private land. They have to have their own security there, and they need to do better.
So what I'm going to do is
But when it comes to waterways, nobody owns the waterways. Nobody can tell. They can say, you can't get off on my property, or you can't start from here. But once they get onto riverways, nobody owns that. It's Crown land. So I'm not thinking his idea is going to go too far.
I'm just going to rub these along your lower gum line and kind of inside your cheek. I'm going to do them both at the same time. It shouldn't hurt at all. If it does, let me know. I'm gonna put them in this box, and then I'm gonna seal this bag while we're sitting here, so you can see that I sealed it, okay? So I'll just have you open up your mouth, let's see here, shouldn't, like I said, shouldn't hurt. All right. And you're okay with having the nurse do the exam on you? If you pictures if you have any marks on the body, you're okay with that?
Yeah. This actually are from trying to get out of
Okay,
the tubes in shallow water.
okay,
You know, I had a hard time trying to stop the drain.
yeah. Can I just, I know the nurse will too, but can I take a picture of it?
Yes.
Okay.
But this was not from the confrontation.
Oh, this wasn't?
No,
Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood that.
no, these are from scrapes on the river bottom when I was
When you were snorkeling?
snorkeling.
I got you. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, please don't use that. Yeah. I didn't touch those kids. I did not. I didn't clean nothing. No.
Okay. I'm gonna seal this up, because I told you I was gonna do that. And then I'm gonna go call the person that, has the nurse kind of on standby, so that we can, get that taken care of. I'm also gonna give Sandy a holler. Oh, look at that, the tape just.
Oh.
For the love of God.
Is this good?
Well, I didn't like it because it's all, and it's not gonna be big enough to do what I need to do here, so we'll try it again. Worst case scenario, I can always bring it to my office next door and do it in the evidence room. But I'm gonna try to take care of it here.
Probably dries up. When it dries up, it's probably.
Well, and then it's real sticky and it's real finicky, so if you get it stuck on something, it's,
Yeah.
you know, it's meant to not, be able to be tampered with, so. And then it rips on my finger, so I'll just.
It dries so fast.
Okay. So I'm gonna go call my supervisor, who had been in contact with the nurse, and just let them know that we're gonna do that. And then I will be back. Do you have any questions for now?
I did not.
She didn't go by. All right, I can make sure that happens. I'm just gonna write your name on here so that. Today is 7/30/22.
MIU.
Yep, that means no middle initial.
Oh,
And then-
I see.
Oh, did I spell it wrong? It's
No, no,
MIU. Yep, I did.
yeah.
It's MIU. There we go. Okay, that's yours. I will be back in a minute. In the meantime, I'll have one of the jail staff bring you to the bathroom. And are you still doing okay? Do you need, how's your water there?
I have nothing for now.
Okay.
It's going through a lot of
All right. Right back, Nick.
Thank you.
As of the
Okay, well, maybe we'll finish this up.
recording of this video, the jury is deliberating the fate of Nicolae Miu. The trial started on the 1st of April, 2024, and the closing arguments were on April 10th.
So we do know that it didn't take them too long to decide that he was guilty of all of these acts. I don't know. Those teenagers were out of line. They absolutely were out of line. But I don't think it should have been a DP case because they were spouting off. You know what I mean? It shouldn't have been Isaac passing away and other people literally have their insides coming out. It just, oh, lordy. They showed their injuries during the trial, and so scary what this man did. So it came out that I think he had military training from, I think it was Romania. I don't know how young they used to start it because he did move to the US when he was 16 with his family. But learning that, it made me understand why all of those vital organs were his targets. He didn't go for legs. He didn't go for arms. He went for the vital organs. And that may have a lot to do with why he ended up where he has ended up. These kids that survived and had the most brutal of injuries, they will never, ever get over this. People that were around and seen what happened and helped those kids, they'll never be the same again. He ruined a lot of people's lives with his actions. Yeah, his lies, very shocking. They were very, very shocking. I do believe personally that's part of the reason that he was found guilty, is he started lying right off the hop. I was hoping they were going to show him seeing the actual videos that were collected, but I guess by this point they wouldn't have had all that together. Yes, exactly. My 7-year-old knows where his vital organs are. Meow knew exactly what he was doing. I agree with you, Dandy. I agree with you. Pretty bad situation all the way around. All he had to do was walk away. That's all he had to do was walk away. They weren't following him. They were being brats, floating down the river. If he hadn't have charged up to them, they would have just continued calling him names and floated off. None of this had to happen. It's disturbing when you hear him trying to say that all these other people had. Yeah, in Romania, you have to be 18 at this point. But I'm wondering if we look back 35 years, what it would have been. So I did look into that, and yeah, you're exactly right, 18. But I didn't look back to see if it was a younger and a mandatory thing when he was a kid. You know, some of these places, they do start them in the military very, very young. So it's either that or it's just more BS that came out. But he did know, and in my personal opinion, did aim for those organs. I think he knew exactly what he was doing. The way he handled that weapon, the way he had the blade turned, everything. He knew that weapon well, you know. So, yeah, I hope that, you know, the people involved can someday get over this. I'm sure they've got nothing but bad nightmares, hurt, and fear. And Miu's wife, national service in some countries. Yeah. So he was 16 when he went to the US, and I think he's 54 right now. So it could be something along those lines, or it was just some ish that came out. Okay. Not from the military, just that he knew how to handle it. All right. Very possible. Very, very possible. It was something that came out during trial. So, guys, the trial's over. He's locked up. He got conviction on all the different charges. And will probably not be out in our lifetime, his lifetime. But neither will Isaac. He won't be back in his family's arms. What he did to Isaac was permanent. So there's that. So, guys, I am going to call it. But I thought maybe it would be a good idea just to kind of chit-chat, take a look at this again, and see what we thought. Disturbing because there was a lot of lies. an awful lot of lies. If it wasn't for that video, he may have gotten off because of all the lies. So there's that. So I appreciate you guys so very much. Thank you very much for spending the time with me. And I will see you very soon in the next one. Bye.